In a small town called Harmonyville, lived a young woman named Emily. She was known for her kind heart and beautiful smile. Emily worked at a local bakery, baking delicious pastries and cakes every day. She loved her job because it made people happy. One sunny morning, as Emily was arranging freshly baked croissants, the bell above the bakery door rang. A young man walked in. His name was Jack. He had just moved to Harmonyville to start a new job at the town's library. Jack had always loved books. He enjoyed the smell of old pages and the feeling of getting lost in a good story. He decided to visit the bakery because he heard so much about Emily's famous pastries. "Good morning," Jack said, smiling at Emily. "Good morning," Emily replied, her cheeks turning a little pink. She always felt shy around new people. "What can I get for you today?" "I'll have one of those croissants, please," Jack said, pointing at the golden, flaky pastries, "and maybe a cup of coffee too." Emily quickly prepared his order as she handed it to him. Their hands briefly touched. Emily felt a spark, and she noticed Jack's smile widen. Jack took a seat by the window and enjoyed his breakfast. The croissant was the best he had ever tasted. He watched Emily as she served other customers. She moved with grace and kindness, always with a smile on her face. Days turned into weeks, and Jack became a regular at the bakery. Every morning, he would come in for his croissant and coffee. He and Emily started talking more. They shared stories about their lives, their dreams, and their favorite books. Emily loved listening to Jack's stories about faraway places and exciting adventures. Jack was fascinated by Emily's passion for baking and her dreams of opening her own bakery someday. One rainy afternoon, the bakery was quieter than usual. Jack was the only customer. He and Emily sat by the window, watching the raindrops dance on the glass. "Emily, have you ever thought about writing a cookbook?" Jack asked. "You could share your amazing recipes with the world." Emily looked surprised. "I never thought about that. I love baking, but writing a book seems so difficult." "I think you can do it," Jack said with a reassuring smile. "You have so much talent, and I could help you with the writing part. We could work on it together." Emily's eyes lit up with excitement. "That sounds wonderful, Jack. I would love to do that." From that day on, Jack and Emily spent their evenings working on the cookbook. Jack helped Emily write down her recipes, and Emily baked new treats for Jack to taste. They laughed and shared stories as they worked, growing closer with each passing day. As the months went by, the cookbook started to take shape. They decided to call it Sweet Moments, a collection of Emily's best recipes and the stories behind them. The book was filled with delicious pastries, cakes, and cookies, each one holding a special memory for Emily. One evening, as they were putting the finishing touches on the book, Jack looked at Emily and said, "Emily, I have something to tell you." Emily's heart skipped a beat. She looked at Jack, waiting for him to continue. "Emily, I love you," Jack said softly. "I've loved you since the first day I walked into this bakery. You are the kindest, most beautiful person I have ever met. I want to be with you, always." Tears welled up in Emily's eyes. She had been feeling the same way about Jack but was too afraid to say it. "I love you too, Jack," she whispered. "You make me so happy." Jack took Emily's hand and gently kissed it. "Let's always be together, Emily. Let's make more sweet moments together." With their hearts full of love, Jack and Emily continued to work on their cookbook. They finished it just in time for the annual town fair. They set up a small stall at the fair, selling copies of Sweet Moments along with freshly baked pastries. The cookbook was a hit. People loved Emily's recipes and the heartwarming stories behind them. Jack and Emily felt proud and happy, knowing they had created something special together. As the years went by, Jack and Emily's love only grew stronger. They opened a bakery of their own, called Sweet Moments Bakery, where they continued to bake delicious treats and share their love with the community. Their love story became a cherished memory in Harmonyville, A reminder that true love is built on kindness, trust, and the joy of creating sweet moments together. Vocabulary. 1. Kind heart. A person who is nice and caring. 2. Pastries. Baked goods like croissants, cakes, and cookies. 3. Spark. A small, bright light or a feeling of excitement. 4. Regular. Someone who often visits a place. 5. Grace. Smooth and elegant movement. 6. Far away. Distant places. 7. Cookbook. A book of recipes and cooking instructions. 8. Reassuring. Making someone feel better. 9. Finishing touches. Final small details. 10. Whispered. Spoke very softly. 11. Annual. Happening once every year. 12. Stall. A small shop or stand at a fair or market. 13. Cherished. Something loved and valued a lot. 14. Trust. Believing in someone's honesty and reliability. 15. Creating. Making something new. Morals. 1. Cherish every moment. Value the time you spend with loved ones and make every moment count. 2. Communicate openly. Honest and open communication is the key to a strong and lasting relationship. 3. Support each other. Always be there for each other in times of need and celebrate each other's successes. 4. Forgive and move on. Learn to forgive mistakes and move forward together, as holding on to grudges can harm a relationship. 5. Appreciate the little things. It's often the small, everyday gestures of love and kindness that make a big difference in a relationship. Thank you so much for listening to our story. We hope it brought a smile to your face and warmth to your heart. Thank you for being a part of our journey.